Okay, looks like we are live. Why is this so loud? Wow, okay, yeah. Alright, Everton, Palace, Watchalong. We'll see. Hey, Everton FC is the best. First one in the door. What's going on, my man? How are you? How are you doing? It's back. The best league in the world, the English Premier League, and the best team in the world is playing today, Everton FC. Let's get it going. Let's get something going in chat. We've got Everton is the best in here. So hyped for the game. Of course, he's hyped for the game. Who isn't? I know that we're wearing our third kit from last season, but let me just show you something. You see, I was gonna put on the shirt for the stream, but the settings when it comes to wearing white on stream, it sometimes doesn't show up. So I have it with me, but no, we're going with the blue. We love this kit, right? So, yep, no new signings playing today. You can see the lineup on the right. Obviously, back five: Coleman, Mina, Keane, Dean, Pickford. You know, obviously that was expected. The only thing that was possibly going to happen was Schneidlin may have not played. Could have had Bamman in there, maybe Davis, but nope. Gone with Schneidlin and Gomez. Sigurdsson, Bernard, Sigurdsson. Up top with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So, yeah, I'm getting to like the home kit more and more. The way that I saw it in the pictures, it looked like these two colors were completely different from each other in the light. But once you've got it on, I really like it. I like all the kits that's coming up. What's going on, Rob Greenland? Come on, you Blues is right. I'm expecting a decent, easy game today. I think the boys are going to show up. Don't think Palace got much to offer, so we'll see. Only thing is VAR, but I think VAR's worked pretty well in the first two games that I've watched this weekend. Yes, I watched the Red Shite win yesterday, and I don't like to say too many positive things about them, but they're a decent team. But that Bobby Firmino, that's a player. Just saying, he's a player. But Norwich, looks like they're trying to do their thing. Looks like they're trying to do what they did last season, the championship, play out from the back, play nice, tidy, good-looking football. But you can't do that for 90 minutes against any top team, really. Wouldn't even be able to do it against us. So, they're gonna have to make some adjustments. Manchester City just blew out West Ham, and what? Let's just get that. Oh, what's going on, Caden? Right? I see you there. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. But what about West Ham? We hear in the off season, Everton possibly breaking into the top six, possibly seventh. But watch out for West Ham. Watch out for West Ham. What am I supposed to watch out for when it comes to West Ham? What am I supposed to watch out for with West Ham? They looked atrocious today. And yes, they were playing Man City. Yes, they were playing the new never the last two seasons champions. But come on. Oh no, I don't like watching them do well. I would love to see them drop points. Drop a point, drop 3 points. But they've just got too much going forward, and too much at the back. Like they're a really good a really good team from an objective footballing point of view. Of course, I don't like them. Of course, I want them to suffer and not do well and embarrass themselves over and over and over again. But that's just not how it goes. Looks like we're ready to come out. Everyone, you ever notice that everyone always has a good time when they're coming out? Some people are having some banter back and forth. Some people are, not looking, overly bothered. They're calm. But Seamus is always just like Seamus, man. He gets into it. He's ready to go. But you got to lead by example. So here we go. We're coming out. Quick question for anyone in chat. Everton FC, get at me. Rob, get at me. Caden, get at me. Oh, and look, Jeff Thompson. Jeff Thompson, my man, is here. But anyways, let me know who your most exciting player is to see this season. Mine, it was going to be Moise Ken, but I think I'm really excited to see what Iwobi can do. We got those Arsenal fans constantly on his back, constantly criticizing. I think he's going to be a really good player for us, but I just want to see Moise Ken start banging him in just so we could rub it in their faces at the end of the day. So, everyone looked over, Juventus got rid of him. Top teams around Europe, Bayern Munich, Real, Barca, City, Liverpool. Some teams don't need Moise Ken. Don't get me wrong. Some teams don't need a Moise Ken. But if he starts banging them in, and he's like the next Lukaku, maybe not attitude and, otherwise, but I'm looking forward to that lad. That lad, Moise Ken, is going to do some things for us. That's just saying. Just saying. Iwobi, I've always rated Iwobi. I have, it's hard when you're playing in a team that plays the style that Arsenal do, because it is so technically precise most of the time. So, you can try and pull a trick off. You can try and do a whole bunch of stuff, but it doesn't come off. You look like a fool, and then you get counterattacked. And if you're getting counterattacked when the defense is absolute shite, which Arsenal have been for the last 2 seasons, what can you do? Good 20 minutes today for Ken. I'm down for that, but we'll have to see what Dominic Calvert-Lewin does and how long Silva is willing to not put up with. But if he misses 1 or 2 or 3 chances, if we're creating, the thing is, right, we have to create a lot of chances for players. If we're just creating 2, 3, 4 chances, and Dominic or Gylfi coming in from the back, or coming in late, don't finish them. That's kind of on the creative side of it. If we're creating 15 to 20 chances and everyone is just absolutely blowing it and suffering, then we have to obviously adjust something. But the more chances you create, obviously, the more chances you have to score a goal. Look, Christian Benteke is out there. Christian Benteke. Pfft. What a sack. Anyways, so score predictions, you guys. Let me know. Are we going to concede a goal? I don't think we're going to concede a goal at all. Oh, by the way, cheers. Coffee, Crown Royal. Get in. Oh, but I say 3-1. I think we will concede either a penalty or we'll get mugged off by some, something. But I say 3-1. Roy Hodgson, Roy. Marco looking sharp today. Looks like Marco's shaved too. All right. Oh, it's been a long summer, hasn't it? I mean, I like my football. Don't get me wrong. I love watching football, all types of football. But the Copa America, that was, I thought that was a little not so great. Because the top teams, besides Brazil, weren't really that great. Argentina bottled it again. They've got quality in their team. They shouldn't have bottled that. And then, the AFCON, it's okay, but it's not the Euro Championships. It's not the World Cup. But, you get your football wherever you can. And I just wasn't satisfied. So the Premier League's back. We're back. And we're off. Let us go. Come on! God! Here we go. 100% possession so far, but of course, Pickford just boots it up. All right. Aren't we excited? Easy 3-0. See, Jeff, my friend, 3-0. Who's going to score our first goal this season? I'm putting it on Richarlison. Has to be Richarlison. Ooh, ooh. Okay, but no, first goal scorer has to be Richarlison. I think he's looking lively. He's got his serious face on, so you know that Richie's in for it today. Oh, Martin Kelly's playing at the back for those guys. I should have had him in my fantasy team. I didn't think he was getting to get any minutes, but never mind. All right, Bernard and Dean looking. Here we go. See, look at them. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got a back 8, and it's 1.5 minutes into the game. This is going to be difficult. Oh, Sigurdsson just absolutely blew it. Siggy, please. Come on. Luca doesn't just pull. Well, he does pull these, crosses out of his ass, but Sigurdsson, come on. Just put the laces through it, lad. Just wham! But nope. That should be 1-0. But I'm not going to be too overcritical. It's 2 minutes in. We've had a couple of balls into the box. We've had a couple of chances. But look at that wind. That wind is horrendous. Wow. So ball comes in right. Luca Dean crosses it in. It's going. It's an outswinger. Hits one of the defenders, stops, maybe 15 yards out. Siggy just needs to put his lashes through it. Just wham! But no, decides to side foot it. Maybe the wind took it a little bit, but still, come on, Siggy, you're better than that. And that's what I was talking about. That's one chance after 2 minutes. So, what? We're gonna have 45 chances this game. That's on average right now, right? That's being optimistic, but that's average. We are pressing well, though. And that's what Dominic Calvert-Lewin does so well. Presses, not only, straight down the middle, but also to the left and to the right. He's a workhorse. He does everything that needs to be done, but it's just that clinical finishing. It's just being in the right positions and taking a chance that, great strikers, great center forwards, great number 9s throughout the years have done. Everton FC is the best. It should be 1-0. I'm not going to lie to you. Golden opportunity for Siggy. But yeah, I don't know about how that works, Jeff, but I'll try and hold off for a couple of seconds when it comes to stuff. It's just difficult when you're watching the Blues, right? But golden chance. Steve Parrish. So, people, where are we finishing? You think we can break into the top 6? I'm just going to hold off for, Andre Gomez sighting. I'm thinking we can sneak into the top 6. If that gap just doesn't get too big between the top 6 and, 7 through 10th, some teams, maybe Leicester, teams need to keep up with the top 6. If that gap gets to 6, to 8, to 10, to 15 points at some point, that's not how it can be. If we can stick around, we should be fine. Sneak in there. See, I don't mean to be disrespectful to Crystal Palace, but when you hear stuff like Jordan Ayew plays the ball through to Christian Benteke, I wouldn't want to be a Palace supporter. Oh, EFC News 11 is Everton FC is the best, but we can call him Ant. Everybody, that's Ant. I've been doing a little undercover promotion of the channel to people. We have a little back and forth, maybe every couple of days. Great loyal viewer, just like Jeff Thompson is. Jeff said, I'll tell you what, Evertonian TV, what's going on? Welcome to the Watchalong. All of our friends are here. When you always see in the comments, we're all gathered together. The only person missing is Natty Co. And I don't know where Natty Co is. I need to go look at something. Oh, Andre Gomez sighting. Ooh. Oh, Milojevic just. Oh, man. Gomez is just too quick for some people. They just get stamped on all the time. But I'm going to go see if I can find my boy real quick. But no, I think we can finish above Chelsea and Manchester United. Yeah, they got Maguire. Yeah, they got Wan-Bissaka in. But their midfield is absolute shite, right? I mean, they got Pogba, but he can't be asked 95% of the time. McTominay, Fred, Pereira is in there. Static, lame Nemanja Matic. Like, that's not a midfield that can do that. Playing Juan Mata in the number 10 role. Jesse Lingard's no longer a young up and coming player. He's like 26, 27. He's never broken through. Rashford, sorry, I don't rate Rashford at all. Trashford, more like it, right? Rashy, they all call him Rashy, but trashy to me. They've got rid of Lukaku. I mean, Mister, I don't have a first touch. He's gone. Martial, he had promise when he first came in, but he hasn't really, shown that he's, consistent in any way. So it's a consistency thing with Man United most of the time. So yeah, they've got a great back four, but if you can't score up top and you can't create chances in your midfield, it's just going to, leak like a sieve. What good is it spending 150 million on defenders? And then Chelsea, they didn't bring anybody in. They couldn't, obviously, but, who knows? Frank's not under a super, high amount of pressure. He came in, so if they don't do great, he's going to be there for a while. Legend, English legend, Chelsea legend, all that stuff. So I mean, he's going to be given time. So if he needs to, have his players learn the formation, learn the tactics, learn his way of playing football, there's ample opportunity. We can finish fifth or sixth. Ample. I'm not seeing Natty Co anywhere, by the way. Yep, Jeff. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about Chelsea losing Hazard. I mean, that's one team in this league that obviously had that's a game changer. That's a game winner with Hazard. And they haven't replaced him. I rate Pulisic, but he's not Eden Hazard, is he? All right, quick recap for anybody that's just joined. 8 minutes in, we've been bossing it possession wise. Palace just being dirty and filthy. That's to be expected. Late in the challenges, dirty with the challenges. Had a good chance for Sigurdsson. He should have scored. Luka Dean, obviously, coming down the left, fires it in, takes a little ricochet off the defender, bounces out to Siggy, 15 yards out, decides to side foot it wide instead of just putting his laces through it. So, that's it so far. All right, we're pressing well, and they're going back to their keeper. So we need to press, make their keeper kick it, because that wind is atrocious there today. I wish I could put my white shirt on. I like it, but it just doesn't work with this stream. Not with my lighting. I don't know how to fix the lighting so that it works. Oh. I mean, I guess Man United did buy, Daniel James also, but 15 million from Swansea, decent pacey guy, but that's gonna take some while to bed in. And people are also talking about Mason Greenwood playing a lot this season. I don't see why not. They need to give youth a chance. Like, Man United have come so far away from what they used to be. Bringing in young players. I'm not talking about the class of '92. That was a once in a lifetime type thing that came on there. But they used to take pride in bringing players through like Rashford, Lingard, Pogba. But that's just, why isn't Greenwood getting the chance? Why isn't Angel Gomez getting a chance? Ghana, their central midfielder, he is not really getting a chance. Like, they've got players, but and they don't want to spend the money. They just like profit, obviously, because the Glazers aren't football people. They're money men. Bought the club, under debt, and they're just making a profit. I've nothing wrong with that. Market the shit out of it, but you know, you've fallen a long way in 6 years. Yeah, no, that's also true. Yeah, because um, Higuain went back to Chelsea. Morata's no longer there. So, yeah, Tammy Abraham and Giroud and Michi Batshuayi up top for Chelsea without any Hazard behind them. I don't know who their creative force is in the midfield. Not Was Barkley. Oh, here we go. We're playing out from the back. Look at this. This is delicious. Picking them apart. Long ball, but just in there a little off. But we're trying to play out from the back. Even in this wind, we're trying to play out from the back. So yeah, Chelsea offensively, creatively, an issue. Defensively, I think they're sound. I think their goalkeeper's all right. The squad depth's really good. United, not rating at all. You know, they got that initial bounce last season from Ollie coming in. Ollie's at the wheel. Ollie's at the wheel. But towards the end of the season, they won like one out of their last 10. Like they looked pathetic, an embarrassment. And as soon as the season was over, season tickets all sold out, record profits for shirt sales, But come on, Gomez, spray that ball, lads, spray that ball. Oh, see, this is. I'm not going to be critical. We're only 12 minutes in, but it just looks so lackadaisical. Pass, stop, 1-2 touch, 2 touch. I mean, it looks beautiful. So we're now down the outside here. Okay. Coleman. And I think Tottenham have done really well, obviously. I think Arsenal have done really good business. I don't think they got enough at the back. Again, bringing in David Luiz, but he's not really so much of a great defender. He's a ball-playing centre back that can bring it out, can ping the ball left, can ping the ball right. So I think he's going to be a good signing for 8 million. I'd have taken him for 8 million. That might be, debatable by some people, but, I'd have taken David Luiz over Marcus Rojo. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, no, we should. If we can do our part, if we can win more away games, if we can keep Goodison in a fortress, if we can actually win the close 0-0, 1-1 games, if we can just, steal a couple of points, or just legitimately take them off the so-called top six, especially at home like we did last season. I don't see. Oh. Oh yeah, Jeff. No, we will be fresher, but I mean that was we could have said that last season about those teams, and I mean we did well against the top six. Obviously, went to Chelsea and drew 0-0 and beat them at home. We should have got something out of the Manchester United game at Old Trafford. We beat them at home. We got robbed by shitty refereeing and linesmanship at Arsenal. We beat them at home. We lost to Liverpool, obviously, at Anfield, and we all know why that happened. We could have taken a point there. We took a point off of them at home. Manchester City are just in a different league altogether, so, we lost 2-0 at home. And then at the Etihad, lost, but those are the champions. Everyone should lose to the champions, right? And then Tottenham, we got spanked at home, right? Oh, that was terrible. But I mean, that all fell apart when Zuma and Pickford got in a mess up. We should have been 2-0 up before that incident happened. Then all of a sudden, just and then the ass just fell out of us, and it was terrible. And then who else is part of that top 10? I went with everybody. Yeah, went with everybody. So we did great against the top side, home and away. It's just games like Newcastle away, 2-0 up and losing 3-2. Not beating Palace last season when it was a 0-0 and that was there for the taking. Losing away to Fulham, losing at home to Leicester. All of it. No change. We're still just passing it around, playing a little keep away. Probing down the left, probing down the right. We're not really going through the middle of the park too much. trying some balls over the top. We're just trying to see what we're doing, but it is very one-dimensional. By the way, but these first 6 games, we did not win any of the equivalent matches last season. No, that's what I was kind of getting at. Is that, if we can take these points at the beginning before we get to the Manchester City game, that already kind of recoups. If we do have the same results as we had last season, adding in the results at the start of our run this season, we're well in it. We're well in it. And with VAR, I think we're going to benefit from VAR. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy against teams that aren't inside the top 6, but we know that Sky Sports, we know that the Premier League likes to have their big 6, the big marketable clubs. And when one of those clubs doesn't make it in there, it's bad for revenue, probably. It's bad for marketing. It's bad for this and that, because certain clubs have certain pull in the Asian market, in the American market, in certain markets around the world. So if that team is, languishing in 7th or 8th, or even like Chelsea a couple of seasons ago when I think Mourinho was still there. Mourinho's last season there, they were in 14th position, 12th, 10th. Like, they slowly were climbing up, but they were a disaster for the longest time. So no, we just need to go game by game and just take the points and earn the points and just be more consistent. But the squad depth's going to help a lot with that, especially around November, December, January, February time. Oh, crossing the box by Coleman. Bernie's there. Okay, we're probing now. Bernie, delicious pass. No! God, that Digne-Bernard tandem, that Digne-Bernard tandem is just so sweet. It's so sweet. Just Bernard, the master of the disguised pass. Just giving it to him, but just no final product. Long throw. You can. Dean likes those long throws. Yes, he does. I think we got something coming here. It's getting spicy. I'm feeling something. Feeling it in my loins. Okay. That's a Townsend foul. Referee, how's that not a foul? Oh, Gomez just hands it to Benteke. But Schneiderlin does well, just holds up Benteke there. That was, Gomez always let one go. See, Palace have nothing creatively. Nothing at all. Benteke just running around like a plonker. Ayew, he looks busy, but he's not really doing anything when he gets on the ball. Yeah, so top 6 has to be on. I mean, we'll take a look at Leicester this weekend, see how they're shaping up. I think that's going to be a good game. Leicester versus Wolves. I think I got 3-3 on that one. I think that's going to be some games. I mean, Manchester City blew out West Ham earlier today, but that was expected. Manchester City show up to, West Park Shopping Centre and, turn over West Ham. Not surprising. Not surprising at all. Oh, I'm feeling the goal. I'm feeling it. It's gonna come from this left side probably. Yeah, Jeff, I think that's the thing about us. Last season, we got a lot of good technical players and had a lot of good technical players last season, obviously. I think it just needs that little bit of guile, that little bit of creativity, and I think that's what Iwobi is going to bring to us. I think Ken, with his natural abilities to pick up better positions, get into more goal-scoring opportunities, and take more of a risk than what DLC does. And then Bamin, from what I've seen, I've watched some videos, he's got maybe a little less about. He's different kind of a player than what Ghana was, right? We all know this, but he can pick a pass either over the top, through, thread it through. Great close control. So 1-2. I think just creating more chances from different angles and through different channels is going to be mightily. Oh, Bernard keeps that in beautifully. Oh, God, Bernard outside of the 18-yard box, right? Here's the 18-yard box. Bernard is absolutely fabulous in every single blade of grass outside of the opposing 18-yard box. But when he gets inside of there, it's like he just steps into another world where nothing makes sense, where his brain's scrambled, or he just gets a little hyped. But okay, yeah. So we had some conversation, obviously, about the where we're going to finish. Some people say fifth, some people say sixth, but we're optimistic. I say bare minimum six. I'd accept seventh, obviously, but what about cups? Should we go and try and go deep into the cup? I think Carabao Cup has to be. I don't like to say it. Some people call it a tin pot cup, but if there's any way of getting into Europe besides the Premier League spots, whether it's Europa League or Champions League, I think we should just go big in the cup competitions this year. No BS like against Millwall last season. No faffing around like we did against Southampton with naive and disjointed lineups. We got to go. I'm looking for the semi-final in both. I'm saying it right here. Semi-final Carabao Cup, semi-final FA Cup. That's what I'm saying. And we're going to take minimum of 3 points off every single top six team, the big six, except Manchester City. Maybe take a point or two off of them, but everyone else, get out of our way. Ball into the box from Palace. Gomez clears with a header. I mean, our shape's good. Everything is good here. I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing. We're not. I haven't lost. I don't think Pickford had to make a decent, a save yet. But we need to do something else than just taking it down the outside and whipping it in with Coleman and with Dean. That's too predictable. It's too easy. Everything's in front of Crystal Palace right now. Nice hold up. That's a foul, ref. Great hold-up play by Calvert-Lewin. Great hold-up play. Yeah, a lot of this obviously depends on what other teams do, but I think the top three is set. I think City are going to win the league again. The Shite are going to finish second. Tottenham will be there or thereabouts, and then I think Arsenal are better than both Manchester United and Chelsea right now. Their attacking forward line is just too much. Aubameyang, Lacazette, Nicolas Pepe, Ozil if he decides to show up. Mkhitaryan's decent on his day. They got Willock. Midfield's a little sketchy with Xhaka and Guendouzi and Torreira, but in their back line. But that forward line, we score 4, you score 3. That's the Arsenal way right now. Excuse me 1 second while I have a little vape. Ooh, it's delicious. Sour apple, by the way, sour apple. Yes, and also I'm just vaping because I quit cigarettes about 6 months ago, but I haven't quite quit the nicotine yet. Okay, Gomez, do so, and there we go. Now break, now break, go. Okay, here we go. Dean, looking inside. Gomez breaking the lines. Oh. Gomez just made a stallion-style run through, but just couldn't flick it around that defender, but... that's great. I love those two sounds together, right? Gomez, like, just sounds right. Sorry for being lewd. I'm sorry. I apologize. But Premier League's back, baby. Everton is back. Mina. It is good, actually. I got a pink lemonade, too, when it comes to my vape juices. I've tried all of them. I tried cereal flavors, tried tobacco flavors, tried, buttermilk custard flavors. I guess I'm a sweet guy. I like the candies. I like the sweet flavors. Just not into the... I do like coffee, though. I will give the coffee-flavored vape juices some credit. They're delicious. They really are. But no, coffee and fruits and candies, sweets, as you say, are my flavors. I'm not into the yogurt, not into the Honey Nut Cheerios, not into the... However, I'll tell you this, and this will be debatable too, because since I moved from England, right, and this was a long time ago, over 20 years ago, but the one thing we do not have in America that I loved when I lived in the UK, when I used to go back and visit, I love Weetabix. I love Weetabix. I really, really do. Also, Monster Munch. Monster Munch and Weetabix. Two of the most delicious things ever. Pickled onion, Monster Munch, by the way. But you have to like buy them from like these British stores that get it shipped in and all that. But the cost is outrageous. Oh, and dandelion and burdock. Don't forget that. But those are three things. But a thing of Weetabix costs like, I don't know. An equivalent would be like £7.50 or something like that. And I mean, I like them, but not enough to. And then you got to pay the shipping on it. So, but yeah. And plus, my wife always likes to. How did I find Everton? Do you guys, you want to hear the story of how I became an Everton supporter? Some of you might already know this if you've been watching the channel for a while, but I will tell you. I will tell you in exactly 30 seconds. I'll let it build. But I'll say this though, and I didn't find Everton. Everton found me. Ooh, makes it simple. Okay, so here's the story. So when I lived in England, right, we lived in Swindon. I'm sure you know where Swindon is in Wiltshire, obviously. And my dad was a huge, huge, huge Swindon Town supporter. He had season tickets. He used to take me to a lot of the games. And I think it was in. I'd have to look this up. But whenever Swindon Town were in the Premier League, Swindon Town played Everton at Goodison Park, and we used to go. Hold on, Bernard. Oh, Dean didn't make the run. That Bernard and Dean are having a little go at each other because that was a sexy move. Like when Dean gets pissed, he gets pissed. I won't want to piss Dean up, but that's a great long ball all the way out, crossfield ball. Bernard just absolutely mugged off his defender there. Do a poo. I don't know what that means, Alex Jordan, but welcome anyways. So Swindon Town played at Goodison Park, right? And like I said, we used to go everywhere. So I've been to Anfield. We went to all the places that season. Swindon did get relegated. They finished at bottom, and I think they finished with the lowest amount of points ever in the Premier League era. But we went to every away game because we just moved to Derbyshire at the time. So we didn't go to all the games at the county ground. We went to all the away games mostly. And so when I was at Swindon Town versus Everton at Goodison, I, for some reason, just enjoyed the atmosphere so much. I enjoyed my time there. I don't know if it's because that game ended like 6-2, I believe, and it was just like one of the most exciting games I'd ever seen. Because most of them were like Swindon would show up to Anfield, show up to Ellen Road, show up to other places, and just get blown out and not even look like a team. But that one day, Everton actually gave him a chance. I think the score was like 2-2 or something at the time. And so my dad was all excited and he was hyped. He thought they were actually going to get 3 points. And all of a sudden, wham, 4 goals go in. And I was like, you know what? I've seen a lot of teams this season. My dad, it was one of the best times that me and my dad had going to a footy game. So that's how I became an Everton supporter. Thank you. What's up, Tiny XD? EFC TF up, I'm assuming. I don't know. Anyways. But yeah, that's how I found Everton, and been a supporter ever since. Been through the tough times. Only thing was, when we moved in '97. Luca D. Oh! Hold on. It's a shambles in the box right now. We just missed opportunity after opportunity, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin heads it wide. But that was whew. It's coming. It's 50 minutes till halftime. It's coming. Because Dean has a shot, it's blocked, comes back behind Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison leaves it for Coleman. Coleman, good save by the keeper, punches it away. Nah, yeah, but no, that was great. And so the thing was, we came to America in '97. We moved to America, right? But '95 is when we went to the FA Cup final. Won the FA Cup final, obviously. Problem was that we had already scheduled a holiday in Turkey for that weekend. So, as you do with most holidays, you plan it months and months in advance. And both sets of grandparents were coming with us. So, it wasn't really. It was a great holiday. Don't get me wrong, great time hanging out with the family and all that. But I actually would have gone to Wembley and saw us lift the FA Cup in '95 had we not already been in Turkey. So my dad took me to some Turkish bar, and I drank green tea and watched Everton on a choppy, TV somewhere. Richie flapping. That's fine. It's 31 minutes into the game, and that's Richie's first flap around. So, but no, we're tightening the screw here. Tightening the screw. Oh, come on, that's disgusting by IU. Oh, what a mug. And Seamus just right back up. What a boss player Seamus is. But yeah, no, I've always enjoyed Everton, and there's always something about, we all have our different personalities, what we like. Like some people are literal glory hunters. That's why I have such a lot of anger towards Manchester United, because all my friends in England at the time they were all Reds, they were all Manchester United supporters. All the neighbours were. And as you get later in life, you find out what a glory seeker and a glory hunter is, and they didn't know their elbow from their ass when it came to football. They just wanted to go support and cheer the team that was literally winning everything at that point in time. And I just, I didn't. I mean, I didn't like the was it the FA Cup song that they brought out? No. Okay, I get back to it for a second. I got a question. Who would you say is the best player? I think Luca Dean's been the best player again creatively. He's always available, always looking to put the ball in, always looking to bring Bernard into play, doing well defensively. No one's playing awfully, no one's playing terribly, but I think Luca just looks so good on the ball all the time, so confident, so calm. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, we're breaking. See, it's with Dean right now. That's going to be a long weighted pass. Oh, and right when I say that, he puts the ball out of play over Bernard's head. Huh. Jeffrey Epstein dead in his jail cell. It's amazing how many people are found in their jail cell, either hanged or cut or all that stuff. There's always hitmen in jail. You could hire somebody to get arrested or get, put into jail for, some Mickey Mouse misdemeanor crime and all that, and then all of a sudden you find out that they're dead. Not them dead, but the person that you hired, contract killer, is in jail. That's no secret. 10 minutes to halftime, but what was I saying? No, but like I said, glory seekers, glory hunters, and all that. Like the amount of people that I've known since I've moved to America, you wouldn't believe the amount of people that claim to be Leicester City supporters I've run into. And I live in Des Moines, Iowa. Okay, if you can go to Google Maps, go type in Des Moines, DESMOINES, Iowa, IOWA. That's where I live, right? It's the middle of the heartland, the middle of the country, the middle of nowhere. And I know like 3 or 4 Leicester supporters, and I try and subtly ask them, like, I don't want to say flat out. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. What was I even saying? Yeah, like let's just say, like I don't want to come out and just say, hey, you like Leicester because they were underdogs that season, they won the title. You jumped on the bandwagon after like 30, 31 games when it was clear that they were going to win the league, and you just became a supporter based on that. There's no way that somebody living in Des Moines, Iowa, or anywhere in the United States or America, unless you moved from Leicester or were one back in the day, if you were, all that, and they just wouldn't have been, oh, I like, but, glory hunters just can't stand them. And then there's the opposite ones who just, I know an Ipswich supporter, funnily enough, because he was born and raised around that area, and his dad was, and his granddad was. You know how most football supporters are, like it's either in you from birth or you just pick up on the way. My personality was, I don't want a team in the top four, and that's what it was at the time. When I thought about it later, not top four, they're now top six. But I don't want, somebody else. Like I always wanted the team on the cusp, right? We always had no money under Moyes. We always scrimped and scraped to manage to finish top four, top five, top six. We were always underdogs. We were always battling above and punching above our weight, and that's just what I really like to see. But now, here we are. We've got, and we've been slowly ticking off. We used to have no money, but now we have money. We used to have no director of football or garbage director of football. We've got a good one now. Consistent. We didn't have consistent managers. We were always trying to buy the next big thing after Moyes left. Martinez got relegated with Wigan, won the FA Cup, but somehow he was qualified. And then Koeman had a decent time at Southampton, so we bring him in. Allardyce was just to patch it up so we didn't get relegated, which we were never going to get relegated. Rasmus A, welcome. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. It's good having you here. Expectations for this season, to finish bare minimum 7th. Easily we should be able to break into the top 6 if we can get all our players integrated correctly. Deep cup runs, I'm looking for semi-final of the Carabao Cup and semi-final of the FA Cup, bare minimum. I'm looking for us not to throw away games like we did last season on the road, Newcastle, for example, Fulham, for example. Those are examples of, obviously, games that we threw away. Brighton away. And just looking to push on from, of course, win the league, Jeff. Of course, win the league. Easy. Win the league by March. Okay, April. End of April, we should have the league tied up. We can start just throwing under 23s on, right? But, no, and just more consistency and just hoping that the players bed in. And we actually do get to have a more attacking, creative formation, because this 4-2-3-1, it's decent for the players that we have, but Marco's always wanted to go to a 4-3-3. We have the players now to go to a 4-3-3. So, like I said, consistency, deep cup run. Yeah, 3 likes, come on. But, no. So, consistency is the key. Because consistency in performance equals consistency in results, right? Sorry, I'm vaping again. And if you guys know anybody that in your social circles that are Evertonians and that don't usually go to the games, or watch or listen on the radio like our friend Jeff here is doing, but like a little extra, chat with I have a little banter in here, have a little conversation, discuss the toffees, listen to me in my weird, eccentric, half English, half American ways of doing things. Mr. Marmite right here. But, Marco Silva. People are easy to jump down Marco Silva's throat based on his coaching career, and they have every right to. Obviously, he got let go from, where was he at? Sporting Lisbon before? I forget. I don't want to mess it up, but I think he was, when he was in Portugal, he got fired because apparently he didn't wear a suit to some game or some function, so he got let go. Went to Hull. I thought they got a lot better when Marco Silva took over. They didn't survive. They got relegated still. But what he did, you could see what he was trying to do. Then he went to Watford. They started off great. Richarlison was banging in goals, and he brought in Richarlison, obviously. And but then after Richarlison went on his cold spot, sorry, I'm just doing a little moderating. Now Watford, they just completely fell apart at some point, and he got the sack, but he also got his head turned right. We came sniffing around, and probably set off their whole balance of the chairman, the owners, the players probably didn't know if he was coming or going. Oh gosh. Good corner by Crystal Palace, just wide run, kind of under the cosh here a little bit from Palace for the first time in the game, but I mean Pickford was in no man's land right there. Yeah, Pickford, come on, you got to be more decisive than that, lad. That was going into the ground if Dean hadn't got his back on it, or Schneiderlin. Yeah, that's a goal kick. Good. Let's just calm it down. Let's just get in at halftime. That's what I'm talking about. But no, for us, obviously he came in and we've got Martinez players, we've got Moyes players, we've got Koeman players and Walsh players. We've got Allardyce players in our first season. We've got decent players in decent positions, but our squad depth was not where it was at. People were exhausted. People were overplayed. We had underperformers that aren't good enough and will never be good enough to play for us. So, I always said at the start out, it wouldn't be until the third season that I was going to judge Silver based on if he's been given the money, if he's been given the time, if he's had his players brought in, which he has. Because you look who's out there now on the pitch: Mina, Bernard, Richarlison, Gomez. Iwobi is going to be in the team. Then all the other 6 that we bought, that's 13 or so, 12 or 13 players that he's brought in. Next season's transfer window, maybe 3 or 4 more. So if you bought in 15, 16 players, you've been given 3 seasons. You've got the players to play the tactics you want with the 4-3-3. The results and the goals of the club have to be met. So I'm not going to, this season, I'm not saying it's a write-off like last season. Last season to me was just steadying the ship under Silva. Analyzing the squad, seeing what we need, doing the best that we can in a given situation. This season, it's time to push on. Yes, disappointing about the centre back. I'm sure Silva and everyone's disappointed, but we've got more offensive players. We've got more cover for players in certain positions, more squad depth, higher quality of player in the squad. And so, let's just see where we go this season. But next season will be the key for me to whether to see if Silver is the man or if he's not. But I think he will be. I got no problem with Brands and Silver with what they're trying to do. Not at all. So hopefully that long-winded explanation answered your question about if I like Marco Silva or not. And plus, last season, I think he was a little too predictable in both his tactics and his substitutions. But again, that comes with, the versatility of players that we didn't have. Oh, Andre's down. Oh, Andre, no. No. Everybody, moment of silence for Andre Gomez. He's the outside of the ankle. I'm not liking it. Bamin jogging around. He looks in a lot of pain. Oh. Now Jean-Philippe's coming on, lads. Oh, no. Yeah, well, it looks like it's going down. Andre. Yes, Andre and Andre. We're not going to see the stretcher, are we? Oh, I'm not. This is disappointing. If you haven't liked the video yet, or if you're new and you haven't subscribed, please just do it out of love and respect for Andre Gomez, who is no longer going to play any part in this game, I don't think. Hopefully it's not too bad, but that's Delph and Gomez possibly not ready for the next game. Ugh. All right, Jean-Philippe Gbamin. We be bombing. I hope you like Gbamin too. Ooh, ooh. He doesn't look bothered though. He looks like he's ready to go. I didn't actually see what happened. It looked a little innocuous to me. But what's up? We can get. I mean, it was right before halftime. I thought we were doing really well. Oh, Siggy again. Siggy just not up for it today. I don't know about Gilfy, lads. I just don't know about Gilfy. I mean, great player. Got a shot. Got a hell of a shot on him. Can pick a pass and get into good positions. But it just looks like Sadaizico. Okay. So that should be halftime pretty soon here. Yeah, let that run. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just gives him some. Get out of here. Yeah, no. With the Gilfy, with the Gomez thing, it was just uh 50-50 ball went in. Didn't look like anyone got stamped on. He got up right away, and then he just kind of felt his right ankle. Hopefully it wasn't the Achilles or anything like that, but no, it wasn't super painful. It just looked like you didn't want to risk it. Like, who would want to risk it? Mina's just bossing Benteke. Yeah, Mina's a tank. That's halftime. That's halftime. Okay, well, uh, one or two chances we should have finished off there. Too bad about Andre. We get to see Bamin do his thing. Yeah, plenty of energy, plenty of endeavor. A little one dimensional though, just down the outside and trying to cross the ball in. Um, I am going to go get a drink and use the facilities. I should be back in about 5 minutes. So talk amongst yourselves. Either you go, guys, go get your bev. You go have a toilet break. Other substances you also may enjoy, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's take a look at some official halftime stats. Looks like we've had about 65% possession. Um, 6 shots to their 3. We've had 4 shots on target to their 3. They've been 3 for 3 with shots and shots on target. So, 2 corners to us, 3 corners to them. They've made a lot more tackles than we have. They got a yellow card, obviously. We've had more fouls. They've had one offside. But, yeah, it's just disappointing again. Like the finishing, like I said, it's just we don't have any other way of playing it. I mean, it's great when it works. If Bernard and Luca pull off their stuff down the right, I mean down the left, sorry, and Richarlison, he's been quiet by the way. I think Richarlison's been really, really quiet. I don't know if just because Palace are got the low block 4-4 in there. If there's just it's not compact, but I haven't seen him take a dribble at their left back. I haven't seen him testing him. I haven't seen too many 1-2 fabulous interplays from our boys. So it's just disheartening. Let's see what Marco's going to say at halftime and get him out there. But I think this game might be crying out for Ken. I don't like to say that, 1/2 into the first game of the season, but no, it's looking like we need to already switch it up. I won't do it at halftime, obviously. I would wait to see what happens for the first 15, 20 minutes, but oh God, NBC Sport just showing the Origi goal against us at Anfield. Ugh. Oh, of course we should be in it at least 1-0. Sigurdsson should have scored that. Yeah, and this is what we were talking about. Some games, some football matches only need one goal. That's the difference. One piece of quality, one piece of keeping your head, one piece of it just takes a little something, and we're just missing that little something. Oh, that Andros Townsend goal from last season. Oh, that was sweet though, wasn't it? That was so sweet. Not as sweet as that Vincent Company one, though. Oh, I was watching that game, and boy, I was like, oh, City are going to blow it here. City are going to blow it, you know, home to Leicester, and Liverpool's going to win the league. And then Vincent Kompany just steps up, takes a touch, looks up, 5 people, all attackers, crying out for the ball, saying, Vinny, give me the ball, I'm going to score. And Vinny says, yeah, I got this. And just wham! 20, 30 yards out, top bin belter. That was great. But yeah, Richarlison should even be. I mean, we should be just dribbling into the box. Bernard should be trying to break into the box. Richie should be trying to break into the box. Commit the defender. If he takes you out, it's a penalty. If he lets you by, it's a goal. And we need to take more shots from distance. I don't even know if we've taken a shot from distance. Luca took one from the left side of the 18-yard box, but why can't we just test him, test the keeper? It's windy out there. Conditions aren't the best. Looks like a game that should be, played on the floor, but, something has to be done here. Yeah. I'm going to check something out real quick while we're still waiting. Okay. Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly right. You know, you miss 100% of the chances you don't take. Just like the answer's always no if you don't ask. So, but yeah, again, like I said, these are the type of games that we were talking about earlier. You know, sometimes you can just go to Burnley and you just blow them out the park. And then you can go to Wolves and you can get a 2-2 first game of the season last season, right? And then other games, you can boss possession, you can boss the chances, and then you keep going and going and going and going and going, and then it works out for you. But this is one of the games that we're playing well, we're playing decently, we're not conceding too many chances, we look lively, everyone's up for it, but the final piece of the puzzle just isn't there. And some of it is Dominic not getting into the right position. Some of it is Luca and Seamus putting it into the same positions each time. So the defenders are having an easy day of it. If we're not taking shots from distance, they could go over the bar, they could go wide, but they could also hit the post and come out. They could hit the bar and come out. The goalkeeper could parry it, could take a wicked deflection. So, taking chances is just what we need to start doing. No, and I watch most. I have two subscriptions. I have a subscription to NBC Sports Gold in America, and also Fubo.tv in America. So it costs me about $60 a month, but for that I get every single game that is on TV, and I do watch all 10 games in the Premier League every single weekend. And then also I get Champions League and Europa League games with some of those subscriptions, all different types of stuff. So I spend the money because obviously it's one thing I'm really passionate about is football. Number one, obviously Everton Football Club is my number one passion when it comes to football, but I just love the sport overall. So I will watch Manchester United, I will watch Chelsea, I'll watch Tottenham, I'll watch all of that. And, you know, I like to have a high football IQ, I guess you could say. So when you see teams that are successful, when you see squads that are successful or not successful, not doing well, there's always a reason for it. So when I'm looking to see how Everton can improve or what our current faults or what our flaws are, what do the top teams do better than Everton, what do the top coaches do better than Marco Silva, what do the top owners, CEOs or whatever do better than what we do, it's clear to see why we are in the position. It's not a bad position, We've got new stadium coming up. We've got brand new players coming in. We've got a man that doesn't mind putting his money and hand in his pocket. It's great that we have an awesome director of football like Marcel Brands, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. As you can see, people complain about Manchester United. The Manchester United supporters do, obviously, and they say, "Oh, we've been shit since Fergie left. What's the problem? What's the problem?" I can easily tell you what the problem is. Your recruitment is shit. You don't have a director of football. You've got owners and CEOs and all that are money men instead of actual football men. They want to sign, marquee signings that sell shirts and it gets sponsorship deals. Why would you get Falcao? Why would you get Di Maria? Why would you bring in Memphis Depay? Why would you bring in Paul Pogba? Why would you bring in Romelu Lukaku? Most of those players need already well-established, great players around them for them to thrive, right? They don't bring through youth. They don't bring through it. They just bring in high-value, marketable players so they can sell shirts. Because the owners of certain clubs, their season isn't from the first week in August until the last week or midweek in middle of the month in May. Their season is the off season. It's from, the start of June until the start of August. Which players can we bring in? Who's going to be the sponsor on our shirt? Who's going to be the sponsor on the arm of our shirt? So they're about making money, making money, making money. So if you're the Glazers right now, okay, we spent 150 on Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire. And we sold Lukaku for 73, so Then we got rid of Fellaini in for like 10 million in the window, and I'd probably have some other players go out by the end of the European window by September 2nd. So what, you've got a net spend of say 60 million pounds, 60 million euros. But then how much did you get from your Chevy sponsorship? How much did you get from your shirt sponsor? How much money did you make on your tour of Asia? How much money did you make in your tour in Australia? And so they're about making money, just ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. That money doesn't get reinvested into the squad in place because they needed a midfielder, they needed a right winger. They needed somebody to replace Lukaku, but they didn't get it. So they wonder why they're bound to finish 5th or 6th. And then you bring in a manager that is just happy and lucky to be in a position like that. He was coaching Molde over in Norway. His previous experience was, managing Cardiff. So you bring Ole in and you say, oh, hey, you're a United legend and all this stuff. We're going to give you this, but we don't have to spend the money. Jose was always asking for money. He said, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that. And I don't get it. And he comes out and basically says, I'm not happy. I'm pissed off at the board. I'm pissed off at the owners. I needed a center back. I needed this and I needed this. And this is why we're not performing. Because I'm not in control of the transfers. I don't get the targets that I want. And so they go through the situation they went through. They didn't have a director of football. They didn't have a great scouting network. They wanted certain players to bring in for marketability and profit value. Maybe Jose or Van Gaal or Moyes wanted players that were going to suit the system to keep the fans happy and get good results. That's a long-winded way of saying it. That's why Manchester United are shit, and that's why we should be on the up, because we've got those things in place. A manager that knows what he wants to do, a director of football, a chairman, a board that are all on board with what Marco Silva wants to do, getting transfers, getting players, and everything that fits what everybody wants to do. We're off from the second half, by the way. Come on, Richie. That's a foul. So let's see if we can do more. We need to just be more dynamic, more feisty this second half. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Sigurdsson, Richarlison. Oh, Siggy giving a little drill. Oh, here we go. Coleman breaking. Ball into the box. Over everybody. Oh. What's going on at ASJR07? Keen on for the second half. Yeah, I wouldn't have bored him on right at halftime, but give us, I say, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes at most. But he needs to come on if nothing's going the way it should be. But like I said, Richie needs to do more down that right side. Needs to be more probing. Needs to be more dynamic. Needs to start taking on his man. Because you get fouled. He lets you go by him. You get into the box. There's not much they can do. They can't touch you. They can try. And then you can, goalkeeper can parry. You can hit the post, hit the bar. Just need to start taking some shots or even get a corner. Because with Mina and with Keane in the team, Richarlison in the team, Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the team, there's no reason that we shouldn't be, oh, there we go, Richie. So, he's just getting held back. Richie always just doing that. But, yeah, no, Ken, we might see Ken at some point. And I think we might see Iwobi too if Bernard's a great player, don't get me wrong. We all know what he can do and we all know what he can't do. But I just maybe not want to break up that Bernie, Luca left-hand side, the chemistry they've got going on there. But you never know. Iwobi could just come on and, or if this is what I would do, okay? Because I like to mix it up real good. What I would do is I would take Sigurdsson off. Bear with me. Sigurdsson off. Bernard number 10 role. Iwobi on the left. Ken in for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And just say, boys, go at it. No, I totally agree with you, ASJR. AS Junior, I should say. No, I totally agree with you, but that's what I would do. I would switch it up. I don't think Palace are going to score. I will not be satisfied with a point here. I will not be satisfied with a point here. but yeah, I'd give it 60, 65 minutes, and I would I would switch it up because our defense. There's nothing wrong about defense. I don't think there's anything wrong with the way our midfield's working. Bauman coming in just now. I haven't really seen too much. I wouldn't get a chance. He came on with like 2 minutes to go. So we'll see what he can do. But, just doesn't. It may not be the most creative center of the park right now with Schneiderlin and Bama in there. Okay. Yeah, slow start to the first half. I mean, second half, but that's to be expected. Benteke holds the ball up. Yeah, Batman just why can that's the problem with Benteke, right? Like me, I can understand Mina bossing him around and showing strength, but Batman just came in and just threw him around like a rag doll. Yeah, that's a strong, tall boy we've got there. Go back to Pickford. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Oh, of course we have to show that we've changed from last season. That's what we've been trying to, we've been saying is that we get players in, we have more squad depth, more consistency, and the results will follow from that. And it may be the same starting 11 basically from last season, except for now we've got Schneiderlin and Bauman in the middle of the park, but that doesn't, the creativity and the penetration and yeah. I appreciate that, ASGR. Trying to do a good job. It's really, really hard to get the word out about what we're trying to do here. Because you guys are great. You come in, we have a chat. Everyone seems to be very knowledgeable about Everton, about the Premier League and football in general. We've all got our opinions. There's no arguing and there's no divisiveness. Just a nice little tight-knit community, but somehow we need to expand it. And I've tried to, do it on Instagram. Ant came over from Instagram. Probably may not have found the channel without me starting up and going onto Instagram. Got lots of reliable people that are always commenting, that are always putting their input, but I just don't know really how to grow it. But again, I've only been doing this for a couple of months, so some fan channels have been around 4 or 5 years, and it's just difficult also because it's just me doing this. If I could find somebody that wanted to come on and do a Skype interview or just have a conversation, get into a Discord voice chat, maybe co-commentate the watch-along with me. If anybody wants to co-commentate a watch-along with me, I'm totally down and willing to do that. Oh, here we go. Oh, Sigurdsson cleared off the line. Oh. Schneiderlin's getting booked for that. That was garbage. But yeah, if anybody ever wants to come on the weekend, have a conversation, have a little banter, have a little discussion about Everton, things that you may disagree or want to talk about when it comes to this, or co-commentate, have your input on these watch-alongs, just different ways and different variety of doing things on this channel. But hopefully a lot of people that support Everton get to go to the games, or they watch it with friends, go to the bar, go to the pub, go to a friend or relative's house to watch the games. But I enjoy doing this. I'd be sitting here in front of my computer just watching the game anyway. So if I just talk to myself and talk to some fellow Evertonian supporters that, like I said, may not like the commentary, may like listening on the radio, but have a little bit of extra yeah, no, that was my type of humor when it came to the garbage dump in my content. I was just watching other, and I'm not slagging off or getting on other people's Evertonian channel content, but this might not be the greatest setup I've got going. I've got a couple of graphics. I've got the starting lineup. I need to actually change that and take it down. 1 second. That is actually a very good point. Yeah, I need to change something. But yeah, no, that was not great. Oh, what's going on with Schneidlin here? Yellow card for Schneidlin for overreacting. I need to change this. But yeah, that was just my way of being humorous. Because I was watching some of the videos and like, you know, I don't have the greatest setup here. Just got some stuff screaming, some yeah, graphics, but some people have the most potato video camera. They don't even bother to like present themselves decently, and they get up there and they're just so negative and so effing and cursing and blinding, and the season hasn't even started yet, and they just get so uppity, and they say the same thing. It's like basically like they're reading off of Reddit or something. Oh well, here's a topic. And then and like you can go to Reddit, you can go to Twitter, and all this and just spout some stuff. And it's like, okay, so now that person's got 1.7K views and this many likes and this many comments, but it's nothing that we don't already know. Right, so that day it just kind of got to me a little bit because I try and do something. It's not revolutionary, but just something a little bit different, a little bit of sense of humor, a little bit of wacky and kookiness, but with good information and good content and stuff that. Oh no, here we go. Oh, Ayu just 1-on-1 with Pickford. Pickford made a great save, but this is getting. I hope they don't bring on Zaha. That's all I'm going to say. I just hope they don't bring on Zaha because it could get messy if they do. Yeah, Mina trying to play offside, but he was onside by a good 2 or 3 yards. Oh, see what happens, and I start talking about negative stuff that I've done, and then Everton start doing negative. So we need good karma. Stay positive. It was a shit finish, by the way, by Ayu. What is Seamus doing? Another 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, pretty much. I'm sorry, but if we're gonna push forward with Seamus and Dean, we've got to have some cover. Schneiderlin was nowhere close. Bama was nowhere close. The two centre backs were nowhere close. Geez, this is getting a little edgy now. Wow. Yeah, this is getting a little worry now. Okay. No, we need to step this up. This is Jordan's kept us in the game right now. That's fact. We need to make some changes. I think it needs to be changed up. Well, I'm not going to get nervous. I'm not going to get angry or upset or anything, but we just need to do something here. We need to calm it down. 'Cause we're losing the midfield, and I wouldn't think I'd say that about us versus Crystal Palace, but they've got MacArthur in there. They've got Milojevic in there. They got Myler in there, and they're just doing a lot more than what Siggy, Baman, and Schneidlin are doing. It's very, very, very disappointing and very, very scary. Okay, now we break. Richie. I'd bring Ken and Iwobi on. I'm sorry. I'd put Iwobi on the left, like I said. Iwobi on the left. Iwobi on the left. Ken down the middle. Put Bernard at number 10 role. Like we need to pick these apart. Because we can counterattack fine. We just don't really have the pace to counterattack. Because Bernard's clearly pointing, telling Schneidlin to bring his ass up, and he just held the ball for 3 seconds waiting for Schneidlin to join the attack. That's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. Okay, there's Siggy. Just trying to play it around the corner again, but just gets intercepted. They're reading Sigurdsson like a book. Seriously, Sigurdsson, he's a wonderful player. He really is. But like when we're trying to break teams down, he needs too much time. He needs too much space in order to do what he needs to do. It is. Oof. Yeah, if we don't have anybody pushing forward in the midfield, because obviously Bauman has to be back there. He's supposed to be, cover for those front four. So, but Schneidlin's not an attacking player. If you don't have Gomez, you don't have Delph. I mean, I'd bring Davis on then. Bring Davis on for Schneidlin. There needs to be somebody other than the front four players that have some pace and some quickness about them. It's just not doing it for me right now. Sigurdsson with a tame, lame shot there. I mean, it's a decent effort, but just across the ground. Well, 29 minutes to go, 30 minutes with overtime. Yep, roll the dice, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we make 2 changes right now. Yep. I agree with everything that's going on in chat right now in the comments section. Because Richie gets brought into the game. He's one hell of a player. But he's just getting crowded out. That's the problem. Bernard's first touch there was decent, but he just got manhandled off the ball. Ward just pocketed him. Oh, here we go. Sigurdsson. Oh, but that's... Oh, that's a foul. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh. We need to make a change. No, it was just a slip. Nothing criminal about that one. Slice. No, you're right. We are missing Ghana a lot, but it's not really, the midfield that's killing us. It looks like it is right now because we don't have Gomez or Gay in there. Delph's not in there, so we've got Schneiderlin and Bamin. But where's the creativity? Where's the penetration and probing into the box? Richarlison and Bernard aren't trying to get into the box. We're just trying to put crosses in or play nice 1-2 passes. And here comes Wilfred Zaha. So this is about to get a little tetchy, I think. But no, we are missing Gay. But yeah, if we're not getting shots on target, if we're not trying different things, we're... Then bringing on Wilfred Zaha for the last 25 minutes, this may be troubling. He's a lot better of a player than Ayew is. Different type of player, obviously, but he's the spark and he's creative, and this is the type. See, this is the type of game where one goal, like I said, will probably get it, clinch it for either team. Zaha comes on. If he can always cause defenses problems, he can easily win penalties. If this game is decided by Wilfred Zaha claiming or winning a penalty kick for Milojevic to win the game for him 1-0, I am not gonna be happy, not at all, because that was quite simply the way it was gonna be. Oh, need a drink. That's a lot of Crown. Oh, referee got in the way there. Oh, that's a new rule. We've got 25 minutes left. Marco hasn't made a substitution. Well, we've made one substitution, obviously. Bamin on for Gomez, but ooh, Bacon Sammy. Oh, I could go for one of those right now. And I think that Zaha's one of those players that he can bitch and moan and cry and be a pouty little baby off the pitch. But I think once he hits it, he loves to play the game so much and loves to be the main focus, because that's what he is of this team, right? He's the poster child of this club. He's the most creative, dynamic player they've got. I think it doesn't take much for him to get up for a game. And he'll want to get the fans and everyone, the coaching staff and everybody back on his side, obviously, after what he did. So no, he'll go out there. He won't put in less than 100%. But I think we're leaving it late again. And there's not even anybody warming up for Everton. Nobody's even doing a jog. Nobody's being put through their paces. Nobody's got the cones out and doing sprints or jumping jacks. Like, it's... Oh, here comes Moise Ken. Moise Ken is coming on. No, Moise Ken's coming on now, Ant. I just couldn't see anybody that was actually what. But he's just coming off. He's coming on. He's hot fire. So he doesn't need to warm up. That's how good he is. I don't know who's coming on for yet. See, we're probing again. Oh, we're playing it around the box. Oh, Richarlison. Oh, just wide. Oh, Richie. No, he should have hit the target from there, though. Should have hit the target. Yeah, AS Junior. Everyone's disappointed there. but Richie probably should have finished that. I'd have probably, when I was playing, I would have probably put that to the other side of the goalkeeper. Calvert-Lewin's coming off. Ken's coming on. Decent effort by Calvert-Lewin again. Didn't really have that many opportunities this game, so we can't put it all on him. But, okay, 22 minutes for Ken to do something. Come on, boys. Let's just go. Let's go. This is for you, Ken. Sorry. That's a little much, but let's just see what he can do. But we got to give him opportunities. We got to get him chances. We have to get him chances. Yeah. I agree with everything that you three have just said. We, it's not clinical enough. It's not good enough. Oh, Seamus trying. I mean, I don't rate Palace super highly, but I've always thought that Patrick Van Aanholt was a great left back, and you just picked Seamus's pocket there. Just gotta edit this again. No, so here goes Zaha. Okay, sorry, everybody. I have to fix something. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Can on for DCL. Okay. See, now we're just hoofing it clear. We're not even trying to play out from the back anymore. I would really like to see Tom Davis, though. I really would. At least for Schneiderlin. I don't think we need two sitting defenders out. That's a great ball by Baumann to Richarlison. Richarlison flicks it in, but it's out of play. Oh, of course it is, Jeff. They'd love to say that, Zaha put us to bed and stole 3 points off of us. Well, it's not stealing 3 points. We didn't earn 3 points here if we don't get it. Did we? But, this could have been wrapped up in the first couple of minutes, at least the first half. We've had more chance. We've had more opportunities. That's a foul. Yes, it is. But, yeah. Game's kind of got slow right now, but Schneiderlin and Baumann, get Schneiderlin out of there. At least in the next, maybe hold on for another 5 minutes, but if it gets to the 80th minute and we're not looking like anything, we need Davis or Iwobi. I don't even know what formation we're playing now. Oh, Sigurdsson just dribbled into the middle of fucking nowhere. Richie's hanging out in the middle. Okay, it's 4-on-1 in our box, and Zaha gets a shot away. Yeah, no, we're under it right now. We're under the lash, baby. It's not going great. Ball into the box. Now Zaha's done more in the 2 to 3 minutes than a lot of our players have done in 73, especially Bernard and Richarlison. But they're pushing for it. They made it. They made the substitution that they needed. They brought on a wild card, ace in the hole, whatever you want to call it. They've brought it on. It's doing what it's supposed to do. We haven't even got the ball up to Ken yet. We haven't even tried to feed him in yet. But I mean, I'm so agitated that I'm getting into the vape even more. Shouldn't be. Oh, Zaha, Van Aanholt. Oh, I thought Dean was going to put that in the back of his own net. Oh gosh. But no, we're looking at shambles at the back. An absolute shambles. Schneidlin's just not fast enough to get across the park. But yeah, I mean, this is not looking good at all. Yep, everything's right there, Reyes Jr. Yeah, with Gomez not being in the team, with missing Ghana, we're just not mobile enough in the center of the park. Because they're switching the play over, and Schneidlin just can't get his ass over there. Bamin obviously is off the pace, not settled into the team, as to be expected. You know, it's not his fault that he got thrown into this situation, but still, it's the 75th minute, and Schneidlin's gone. Schneidlin's got sent off. Schneidlin, you wanker. And now we're down to 10. Schneidlin, you absolute tosspot. Wow. We wait 3 months. We go through a transfer window. We get all excited and all happy. Promising start to the season. And this is what we do. Yep. This fucking... No, now they bring on Tom Davis, even though I was calling for Tom Davis to replace Schneidlin 10, 15 minutes ago. I'm blaming. I'm putting it on Silver for this one. Schneidlin should have been off the park 5 to 10 minutes prior. He'd obviously lost his head. He wasn't getting across the pitch. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do in the middle of the park. No, not having it. I'm not having it. Absolutely gutted with this right now. Oh, my match reaction is not going to be great. So we bring Moise Kean on. We don't get him an opportunity now. We're not going to even get any service up to him. Absolutely fucking dreadful. Absolute fucking joke. Sorry for cursing and all that, but absolute fucking joke. All right. I'll see you later, Jeff. Appreciate everything that you do. Appreciate your comments and your input. Match reaction will be out a little later, so you can enjoy that when you get off work. But it's not going to be a pretty one if the score stays like this. Oh, given away. Oh. Yes, I mean, that is a good valid point that somebody just messaged. We're down to 9 men, right? Because we've been playing with 10 men all game because Gylfi Sigurdsson hasn't been in the game whatsoever, besides missing that early opportunity. So we were playing with 10 men the whole game, and now we're down to 9 men. And I guess what, we're just holding on for 10 minutes now? Yeah, absolute joke. 2 points dropped already this season. Yeah, it's been absolute. This is well, I'm looking for a miracle now, but with 10 men, or with 9 men, it's not exactly a terrible result, but in the grand scheme of the 90-minute game, it's an absolute disaster. It's embarrassing, too. I just, yeah, well, we'll just have to see this one out. Oh, Palace are making their last change. Who's that guy? Oh, Connor Wickham. Oh, okay. I need to respond to somebody real quick. Oh, now what? The stream? No, the stream I'm watching has gone down. No, I think no. This is what it's going to be too. Why would my stream just stop working? Great. Oh, now I have to refresh that. Okay. Well, looks like the NBC stream just went down. Oh, okay, never mind. We're back. I just don't see where this goal's coming from, if any goal at all. This is easily 2 points dropped, but it'll be in the grand scheme of things, it'll be a good point gained if we can hold on to this result. But still, the overall performance, the overall level of creativity, absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. But I. Okay, well, let's see if we can get anything from a long throw, or see if we can get a corner. See if we can just steal this one, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a quick heist, and back to Liverpool. But I'm thoroughly disappointed in this. Thoroughly disappointed. Positives and negatives to mull over. They say I don't. I don't. I honestly, on my stream, there's like 4 minutes left. I don't see too many positives from here. We played well in the first half. We had the most of the possession. We created some opportunities. We didn't take them, but the second half. Okay, not much longer of this left. This is. I just don't know. This is absolutely embarrassing and shocking. Yeah, I'll do a an instant match reaction after this. So I'll stop this live stream. I'll go live again and do a match reaction. I'll get some stats together. So maybe like 15 minutes after that. But um, probably have a more calm, deliberate one out tomorrow. I always do an instant match reaction and a more stat oriented one. But this is, I don't think there's too many positives to take out of this. The only positive would be that we got 1 point with 9 men at the end of the day, because Schneiderlin's been sent off and Gilfie's, oh geez, and Gilfie hasn't even shown up at all today. No, I think our defense has been all right. I think Mina's had a good game. I think the whole back four's had a decent game, and Pickford, but everybody else just disappointing. Disappointing. Just horrendous. Oh. Nah, nope, nothing. Nah, this just isn't gonna happen. Full of hope, full of ambition, full of promise, but the same issues from last season, especially on the road. But Gomez being out obviously affected us a lot. Delph not being able to at least come on for him or start the game was an issue, but Morgan getting a yellow card for throwing a temper tantrum and then not paying attention to his mental state or trying to at least even moderate what he's doing tackle wise on the pitch. That's just horrible. Individual. Oh, of course we're gonna stick with our team. It's just the first game, but it's just not great when you see the same issues occurring again. Because this is exactly the game that we were talking about last season. 0-0 away to Crystal Palace. If we'd have taken those 3 points, we could have probably got into Europe. Could have probably been in the Europa League. But no, not showing up, not being clinical, not finishing, not creating enough. Not having a different plan of attack besides just going down the outside. And this is the same result. Same result 4 months later. So yeah, if you're still here and you haven't subscribed or liked yet, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Would appreciate that quite a lot. This is just really, 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 really frustrating. I mean, when we saw that this was a problem in preseason too, we scored, one goal from open play in preseason. I don't count the Kenya game. Yeah, Joe Williams scored a free kick against the Sharks, but otherwise, the only person that scored a goal in preseason was Seamus Coleman. No, I guess Lewis Gibson did score too, but then that was the Opel Cup and 60-minute garbage games. Doesn't really count, but yes, we had Nias up top. Yes, we had Theo up top in preseason, but these were glaringly obvious issues that are still prominent right now. Thoroughly, thoroughly disappointed. All right. Have a good one, AS Junior. See you hopefully next week. Don't be sure to check in on the videos I make. Like and comment. We can have a little back and forth with all of our regulars. Yeah, last minute of the game. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. See if we can do anything. Yeah, it's not great. I just have to get my stuff from the sleeve. I just don't want to. I just don't like doing these type of reaction videos. I don't like doing the post match because it's gonna come off as overly negative again, overly critical. But it is what it is. Final whistle. That's it. 9-man Everton. Yeah. Gosh. All right, everybody. Very disappointing game. Saw some potential there, but I think our issues from last season and this preseason are still glaringly obvious. We don't have a plan B or C when going down the outside and crossing the ball in or pulling it back doesn't work. Not enough service to the forward line. Sigurdsson, complete absolute passenger in the center of the park. Should have had us one up in the first couple of minutes. Had some chances. Richarlison had a chance. Couple of shots from range. We don't take enough shots. We don't create enough opportunities. Schneiderlin, yes, it's a cheap yellow card to get. with the cheap yellow card with the temper tantrum punching the ground, but then you've got to be on your best behavior. I don't really know what Marco could have done to solve that. Maybe if he'd have brought Tom Davis on a little earlier for Schneiderlin, that would have cost us in the middle because Bamman obviously wasn't up to coming on. So really, it sucks that we lost Gomez. That Delph wasn't fit and everything, but overall, we that should have been 3 points. But again, you know, playing with 9 men. You know, down a number 10, down a other midfielder. So yeah, I am going to end the stream there. Everybody, would I blame the manager or the players? It's got to be a little bit of both, doesn't it? It's got to some of the you can't do much with the starting lineup. I mean, Schneiderlin probably had to start the game. Gomez getting injured wasn't. You can't really blame him for that. I think some changes should have been made sooner, but then again, that's where it comes down to: did Schneiderlin need to be in there to be a little steady Eddie for Baumann in there? Obviously, he hasn't been in training that long, hasn't been with the club too long, hasn't played in the Premier League before, so it may be a little more defensive cover for Baumann, but then that just always had Schneiderlin running, walking a tightrope when it came to tackling and getting stuck in, and he paid the price for it with a silly tackle. We paid the price for it. It is what it is. I'm going to take a few minutes to steady my mind, think about it, and yep, we'll get together again for the Watford game. I always have some videos out during the week, match reaction, instant one right now. Yeah, I thank you, everybody. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it.